Ladies and gentlemen, the time has finally come. This is your main event of the evening. It is sponsored by BetMGM, and it is in the lightweight division, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing your first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 155.7 pounds. He has a professional record of 4 wins and 7 losses. He represents Team NKI right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, they call him DJ Ballot. This is Arthur Walcott Ceesay. And now his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 153.8 pounds. He holds a professional record of 5 wins and 4 losses. He's representing Shield Systems out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Trojan, Alex Riggs.
Well, earlier, Shield Systems had Steven Pennell. He looked absolutely unbelievable. Moving on, they had Roberto Bagayaga Velikovic. Looked absolutely awesome. And then you'll remember from the main card not that long ago, Mike Douglas opening things up. So the team's 3-0, 3 solid performances. Riggs is looking to cap off an excellent night.
Ooh, caught that kick.
And again, Ceesay's got past the victory using some of that hand speed, that big right hand, but also in terms of the grappling, Ceesay is the black belt, whereas Riggs just got promoted to purple belt. So doesn't mean anything, but it should be an advantage for Ceesay if he can get this early takedown.
Yeah, and you talked about the records earlier, and Riggs being 5-4 with 2 wins in a row. I think this 3rd win is bigger than a guy that's 2-0 looking for their 3rd win. Like, this would be a huge victory for him.
Yeah, no doubt. And he's a guy that's always stuck with it and kind of like built his career back. He normally puts on these very entertaining fights and doesn't always win because he's trying to be entertaining. But over the last number of fights, he's dialed it in. He's finally got to that point in his career where his skill and his maturity are finally meeting. But Ceesay is no walkover opponent.
No, and Riggs' frame, I think, presents a lot of... Obviously, they're similar builds, but Riggs is just a little wiry. He's able to generate leverage in these situations. And even when we've seen it in fights when he ends up on his back, like in the Beekman fight, which is where he's going to be right now. So he is a dangerous problem off of his back for a lot of these guys. But Ceesay's experience might neutralize some of that danger.
Yeah, and again, Ceesay's most dangerous in the first 5 minutes. So Riggs has to expect that this is the best version of Ceesay he's going to face. In the 2nd and the 3rd, that's when he's going to have to come on. But this is not a position you want to be on early because Ceesay's still fresh, he's still dry, he's got on paper the better grappling, and he's in a good position.
Yeah, he's in the position where he could maybe rain down some blows here if he gets comfortable.
Riggs looking for a triangle, but I mean, would it be crazy to think he's getting close on it?
Yeah.
It's a weapon he's gone to before.
Yeah, he loves triangle chokes, he loves arm bars. It just seems like, and there he transitions to the arm bar.
Oh,
It'd be hard to finish, but even if he could just use it to sweep the position.
Ceesay, yeah, that's
so
intelligent.
relaxed.
That's
Yeah,
a really
he's so
intelligent play.
He's out of it. He's got the elbow cleared. He's just going to try to stack Riggs. Oh, and then to the triangle. Slick stuff from Riggs. Doesn't quite have it, but the fact that he's able to chain these submission attempts together, something's going to stick or something's going to tire out Ceesay.
Yeah, Ceesay right now is enjoying top position, but it's getting more precarious by the second.
Ever. This would be a huge win for Riggs if he submits Ceesay in the 1st round with a triangle choke.
2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining.
Ceesay trying to be calm, but I mean, you need air to operate, and if he's not getting it, he's going to go out. Riggs also trying to isolate an arm, potentially look for an arm lock.
Right as he was taken down there, I was really highlighting. Yeah, I was highlighting the danger though. But you see it, right? You see it with Riggs in his frame, and he's always hunting for something.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to watch out, though, that the triangle's not in, and there's a lot of space in it. But he is taxing his legs by keeping them in this position. Ceesay's just being really relaxed.
Yeah.
So he's allowing Riggs to overutilize himself, and that's a smart game plan.
That is, yeah, that's a great point.
He might be 4-7, but that's 11 pro fights, so he's got the experience.
Yeah, and again, just fights the best guys he can, never turns down a fight. And we've seen him walking around the arena this morning before the fight, and it's just like dialed in great shape. And when I'm 40 years old, I hope I'm half as good a shape as this guy and Lee Radford. Riggs back to full guard, but again, he's got to be scrambling to get back up. Submitting Ceesay off his back, although possible, just doesn't really seem like the best option. And making him work, trying to get a foot on the hip, create some space.
I think Riggs, you know, and fans of Riggs will remember he really showcased the hands against Toby P. So I think there's got to be a sense of urgency for him to get back up on his feet and showcase some of what made him so dangerous in the P fight.
Yeah, and especially with all the energy that was sucked out of this room from that last fight, everybody's wanting to see people on their feet.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's a huge adrenaline dump. Like, you go from streaming and the place is going wild to this is, in my opinion, it's a pretty good fight.
I love it.
But yeah, just not Lee Radford going rock'em sock'em robots with the guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, basically, though, both guys, for Riggs, this is not where you want to be, but he knows that he gets better in the second and third round and Ceesay slows down.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world. As we've seen with some of these wrestlers on the card, it's easier to take down the opponent in the first than it is in the third. That takedown that Ceesay got was like a body lock trip. Would he get that exact same takedown in the second? It'd be a lot harder. And if Riggs can sprawl and brawl him, that's where he can work his way back into this. But this is a clear Ceesay round so far.
Yeah, 30 seconds remaining, round number 1. Oh,
Ceesay lets him up. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Interesting because now you're going to get hit for the next 20 seconds when you really didn't need to.
Nice kick, all about a rough jab.
Oh, Ceesay landing some nice punches of his own. Nice counter right.
Oh, he's an accomplished boxer.
He's got a nice jab on him, too. Like, he throws very straight, whereas Riggs is a little more loopy. But this is how Riggs wants to fight. Like, throw down. You throw on me, I'll throw on you. We'll see who's still standing. So, interesting second and third round about to come up.
Yeah, you wonder what happened there that resulted in them getting back to standing. Ceesay maybe thought, hey, okay, I've been hanging tough and wearing this guy out. Let me put a stamp on the round, but seems a little foolish when Riggs was able to generate some offense when he was almost assuredly going to get done.
So what do you have in that round 1, Cody?
Yeah, I mean, definitely it's going to Ceesay round 1. You got the takedown, you got the control. Even when they did get back up, he landed a couple good shots on Riggs. The main thing is that if you look at some of his prior fights, he fights Pat Crumpton very competitively in the first. The second, Crumpton starts to wear on him, and that's where he fatigues. He lost 2 more fights after that. As Dylan mentioned, he could have won the Xavier Horton fight. He has 3 or 4 chances to win it, and isn't able to capitalize because he gets fatigued. So you got a Riggs who's 8 years younger, is in his own hometown with all of his people. His team's 3-0 on the gym. He's not going away. He's just going to keep building up, and it's up to Ceesay to keep that pace. Can he do it? It's entirely up to him, but it's going to be a task.
Yeah, and I guess subconsciously, right, Riggs has won in this building multiple times as a pro before. Ceesay, we haven't seen in the Aries cage get his hand raised, so it is, you almost forget Ceesay's a Knoxville fighter too.
Ooh. Nice shot to left hook there by Riggs, but Ceesay returns fire with a beautiful 1-2 down the pipe. Yeah. Again, you see Ceesay's a lot straighter.
Yeah. Straight punch.
But Riggs is slipping now. Oh.
Nasty low attack there by Ceesay.
Oh, right hand from Riggs almost did it, but just missed. Ceesay's firing back with the left of his own. Oh, nice. That one hurt Ceesay as well.
Ooh, nice left.
They're throwing for it.
Ceesay's used his legs here from this position to try and initiate a trip.
And this is where he got the takedown in the first round. He's able to just shift his leg through and kind of get a judo toss over. But as we were talking about, now this second round is a lot tougher to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Both guys are wet. Both guys are slippery. And Riggs is a big guy. He's got a big frame. So Ceesay's got all the skill in the world, but that skill just diminishes the longer the fight goes.
Yep. We're seeing it now. Riggs flipped him and got it.
Riggs is trying to take him down.
Yeah.
Oh, not a great move. And he allows Ceesay to get on top, and this is not where he wants to be. I'm actually surprised he tried to initiate the takedown on Ceesay.
Might have been an ego.
Yeah.
He's been known to fight the ego before, and that's part of what, Riggs, when he fought P, probably had a path in the grappling department. Instead, he chose to go out there and go to war. Although, right now,
I would like to see him use the leg lock to sweep, though. It's going to be hard to get the leg, especially when they're sweaty like this, but use it to pop out the back. Use it to create a scramble. Use it to get back up. Fishing for submissions looks cool, but if they don't stick, you're probably falling behind the scorecards. And Ceesay, this is kind of like Ian Lawler earlier. That's a veteran move. Things aren't going your way. Quick little maneuver, you end up on top, and then it's shut down. It's lockdown. Give him no space. Kill the next 3 minutes, and that would put him up 2-0.
Yeah.
Half guard. No real rush to pass so far, but again, he's just taking his time. He doesn't. That's something that you accrue with maturity. When you're a young fighter, you think you got to finish. You think you got to go, go, go. Now he realizes, take a minute, take your breath. This guy's not doing anything, and then start to go to work. Save enough for the third round. get out of that third round. This is only a 3-round fight, no title on the line. So time is running out for Riggs. He needs to be doing that.
Yeah.
Scramble.
Yeah, that takes a lot of energy, though, and it's tough when you got Ceesay on top of you.
Yeah, again, it's not just some guy on top of you. It's accredited BJJ black belt. So, you know, just saying things like scramble and shrimp and get your foot on the... It's not good. It's good. Yeah, he knows all that. His coaches know all that. It's just, it's harder to actually execute when you're in that moment. And there he goes, and he got him. That's great resolve from Riggs. If you sit there and you accept the next 2 minutes, you're putting yourself in a bad spot. Wow, Ceesay, right back down.
The resolve lasted very short.
Yeah, it wasn't quite a mat return, but just right to the body lock and drags him.
Trying to climb the cage.
Yeah, technically he's putting his toes in the cage. Nobody really seems to care, but, you know, he's down 1 round, about to be down 2. Just let him. That's how he got his other sweep, kick off the cage like that. But Ceesay, of course, he fell for it the first time. It's going to be harder to get it a second and third time.
Yeah, the length of Riggs is always a factor, but so far he hasn't been able to make one of those really turn the tide of this fight.
Yeah, if you're Riggs, you got to know where you're at. About to go down 2 rounds.
Yeah, he just, even if he can't get back up to his feet for this round, then he needs to see that he lost the first 2, and in the third he's just going to have to go for broke. Good job of avoiding getting mounted there, but
it was nearly the case.
Yeah, but he's half guard on one side and he's half guard on the other side.
Ceesay didn't really look like he wanted the mount.
Yeah, nothing really improved. It just killed another 25 seconds off the clock. Now he's
got a chance here in really good position. Riggs gonna have a hard time accessing the cage to really do much as far as buck and get away.
This is about as good as Ceesay as we've seen in the Aries fight series. I mean, he's like a vintage performance of him, really putting it all together. Of course, this fight ain't over yet. You know Riggs is going to come out like a man on a mission in the third, but so far, Ceesay just using that veteran savvy experience and fighting the fight that he wants to fight.
This is where you start wondering, well, they're moving, so I was going to say, depends on how eager the ref is.
Well, it's mount, too.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You can't be standing that up. Riggs is just toeing the cage again. Make it happen, baby. It's only 10 seconds. But he got it. Too little, too late. Elbow, elbow, elbow. Elbow, elbow.
Well, at least we know what Riggs we're going to get in the third. He's going to have to go for broke.
Yeah, but Ceesay's got to be feeling good. He had the leverage all fight, Cody.
Yeah, but look how tired he is. They're picking him up and putting him on his stool. And you got to remember that Ceesay ended up on top because Riggs botched a takedown attempt, right? Without that, who knows what happened? Riggs has got to know now. Just sprawl and brawl this guy to the best of your abilities. His coaches are pointing on the other side. They're saying, hey, man, look how tired he is. How much do you want this? And now it's his chance to prove to everybody how much he wants it. We talked about 2-fight winning streak and turning your career over. Now's the time to show that.
And for Ceesay, it's find a way to top control, do just enough damage to be able to maintain that position and salt this thing away. You know, you got to believe he's up 2 rounds to none.
And based on previous Shield System performances, you assume his corner, he's got a great team there. They're letting him know, hey, you got to go for it.
Yeah, and there are a lot of power punches there, and Riggs does have power. He's just got to land that one shot.
Here we go for the third and final round.
It's crazy because he's got to go for it, but he can't be reckless. Because if he walks into the takedown, it's no good. It's controlled aggression, controlled chaos.
Yeah. Nice inside kick, nice jab.
And this is it. Just throw leather with it.
Okay, switches his stance.
Those leg kicks have been working very well for Riggs as well. I don't know if it's too late in the fight to go to them, but work those legs, get him to be stationary for 1 second, and then you got to deliver with either the left hook or that right hand. There it is.
Oh.
Just misses. But Riggs has got the right idea, and he's inching closer.
Yeah.
Ceesay's going to shoot a takedown here. Oh, there it is.
Ceesay needs to. He's down. That's going to do it. Cody, you kind of sense the tide turned right at the start of round 3. That was a hellacious ending to a night that is really one of the wilder Aries fight series you will see.
That's why this sport is so freaking amazing. Anything can happen.
You know what? It was impossible to outdo Lee Radford, but that was pretty goddamn close.
Down 2 rounds.
Down 2 rounds. The crowd's starting to go silent, and then their man Alex Riggs. And as I mentioned, it was his chance to prove that he belongs on the street, that he belongs to be here, and that he is a changed man. He did exactly that.
Yeah, you said Cody, you said he needs to throw leather, and he did exactly that.
Right hand behind the ear. Really seemed to do some damage on Ceesay. Ceesay almost Johnny Walker-esque as he fell back against the cage
That was
there.
a long fall down. Holy crap.
15 minutes is just such a long time. Like, Ceesay, all he needed to do is shoot a takedown there, but his body's failing him.
Yeah.
He almost collapses at the end of the second, and then now he's a stationary target. And Riggs, we talked about this earlier, he just builds momentum and gets better and better the fight goes. You know, with a 7-5 record, he won't be in a title fight tomorrow, but he's built like a 5-round fighter because he's got that cardio and that resolve.
Yeah, there it was on the replay. Right hand behind the ear. Really just throwing the equilibrium of Ceesay off. And Riggs snatches one out of the fire on a night when he needed to really turn it up in the third round. He does exactly that.
What a way to end the final fight of a great card.
Oh, that was crazy.
Friday night fight.
And I got to give props to Arthur Ceesay, who just had a very veteran performance, won the first 2 rounds, gave Riggs everything he could handle, but unfortunately was unable to get the job done. And this has kind of been the story of his last number of fights. All the talent in the world, but just a little bit of trouble closing out. Riggs, meanwhile, that's what he did. He closed out the show.
That's huge for him. Getting 3 wins in a row, moving him to 6-4 as a pro.
That is going to be a knockout victory for Alex Riggs in round 3. We throw it now to Jeff Hobbs.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Luke Wilson stops this bout at 35 seconds into the 3rd round. Your winner by dramatic comeback, knockout out of the red corner.